tennis preacher, the prophet, the psychic, coming back at you again with another video. Okay, people, I want to give y'all my final thought on the match. Now, this match was very deep because this match has implications for who can win the French Open. Like, does Zverev have a chance to win the French Open? So, in the coming days, I'm going to be doing more videos just on this match and just show you how this match could affect the French Open. It could. Okay, but let me just speak first of all from the Nadal side. Okay, Nadal won his 8th Rome or something like that. I think it's 8, but if not, y'all know, something around there. Okay, Nadal regained the #1 spot. He just showed how great he is, period, how great he is on clay, that he's the greatest clay court of all time. This was really nothing new. I think it was great for Nadal to win this to just add to his confidence. I think, more than that, no, let me say something about that. Now we're finna get into how this affects the French Open. People, it was... You know what? Nadal didn't need any confidence. No. It was more important for him to win this, not to add to his confidence. It's not to give Zverev confidence, okay? So that's a big dynamics of this match. And I'm going to get to the Zverev side in a second here. But yeah, and Nadal, as far as the rain delay now, listen, I don't care what anybody says. Even Nadal said, listen what Nadal said. He said that he didn't think the rain was going to help him. In other words, he thought he was probably going to lose. Like when he came back, he didn't think the rain would help him at all. He said he didn't even consider that. So I just want to throw that out there. But now at the end of the day, Nadal came back. The rain delay, that's part of the game. And I'm going to talk about that when I talk about Zverev. Hey, listen, that's part of the game. It happens in tennis, especially at the Wimbledon. They have many rain delays. And Nadal, he knew how to deal with the situation. When you come out, unlike what Zverev did, I'm going to explain that when I get to the Zverev side in a second. Nadal, he knew what to do. He raised his level. Basically, if the person who's losing, for example, Nadal was losing, so that person, they want to come out and just erase whatever they were doing and just come out with a new game, a new level, and that's what Nadal did. Zverev, what he did was he's supposed to come back and act like this is like a beginning of a new set, and he didn't respond that way, and I get to that in a second. Okay, so Nadal was just ready for the French Open. What a match. He went to another level, man. That was pretty good. I went and watched the last 4 games of the match, and Nadal, he really stepped this level up, and Zverev had a chance. Zverev was up even after the rain delay. So the rain delay is no excuse, man, because that's part of the game. Plus, Zverev was up 3-1, and he had a chance just to hold serve. Only thing he needed to do was hold his serve. He didn't even have to break Nadal's serve. So, and I think Zverev realized that he's not making any excuses. So, yeah, I believe the rain did help Nadal, but still, this was a legit win, and he took advantage of the rain delay, and he did when he came back out. He took care of business, okay? Because it wasn't raining. See, here's the thing about it. When he came back out, it wasn't raining. See, the rain delay, like they say, it was a rain delay. But see, Zverev, he thought it was still raining, but it wasn't raining. And when you come back out, there is no more rain. So you got to take care of business and win that 3rd set. And Nadal did that. Now, so the Nadal thing is pretty simple. That's it for Nadal. Nadal just needs to get ready for the French Open. I'm pretty sure he's ready, and just win the French Open. That's it. Now, let's get to Zverev now, because I got mixed feelings about this match. Like, if I was coaching him, I would feel good. I would actually feel more good about the match, believe it or not. I mean, there's some things that, of course, that he needs to work on. Now, y'all know what I said about... Now, listen, my analysis, my preview, even though Nadal won and I chose Nadal, I'm going to be honest, my analysis was not right in a lot of parts. Because I said Nadal was going to beat Zverev straight sets. And I also said that Zverev would get frustrated. He didn't get frustrated. Yeah, okay, we are talking. The only thing was he didn't deal with the rain delay correctly, okay? And sometimes the momentum but see, here's the whole deal. Sometimes you just lose the momentum. Sometimes it ain't even about whether he dealt with the rain delay correctly. It just, the momentum shift. It just ain't going in his favor. Sometimes that happens, okay? But let me talk about Zverev now. Besides him just not, see, I don't even want to say he didn't deal with the rain delay correctly, because maybe the momentum just shifted. Man, it's just unlucky for him. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you can step it up or try to step it up. I mean, I don't know. Could he have tried to step it up? But see, people, this is what I was saying. I said the only thing Zverev needs now is the super level. But people, I do believe he's sort of tapping into that, because I'm going to say something about Zverev here, Zverev, that I do like. Unlike for Team to beat Nadal or to hang with Nadal, he got to play out of his mind. I feel Zverev can play his normal level. He showed that he can hang with Nadal with his normal high level, and that was impressive. He was comfortable. He was grounded with Nadal, and man, now listen, man, he's almost there. I just think he needs to, like I said before, he needs to tap into like a high, but he's tapping into it though. I would have to say he's really. I mean, there is three types of there is three modes in the super level. You got like the lower super level, you got like a medium super level, and you got a high super level. And you've seen Nadal and Federer and the Djokovic, they fluctuate. Sometimes they're at the low super level, or sometimes at the medium super level, sometimes they're at the high super level. But I think, you know what? I think if you asking me the question, did Zverev tap into the super level? You know what he looked like? I'm talking about level-wise, not style-wise. He sort of looked like Andy Murray. You remember I said Andy Murray's tapped into the super level? It may not be as high as some of the other guys like Federer, the Djokovic. Sometimes it is. And Nadal. But Zverev was playing Nadal as if he was Andy Murray. You know Andy Murray, he was just grounded, very comfortable, going toe-to-toe with Nadal, and that's what you got to do. Sort of the way the Djokovic did Saturday. But the Djokovic, I mean, besides a few points, the Djokovic used to really be able to do it. Not only go toe-to-toe with Nadal, the Djokovic can make Nadal feel uncomfortable. I think Zverev is far from that, making Nadal feel uncomfortable. But I do think he's shown that he can go toe-to-toe to Nadal. So I'm giving him a chance in the French Open. I don't care what anybody say. And I think he knows that he has a chance of beating Nadal in the French Open. Because the only thing he has to do, and he proved that today, that he can go toe-to-toe. And people, I'm going to believe. Now, somebody asked me the question. They said, do you believe? And like I said before, okay, listen. Listen, the rain delay is part of the game. Nadal has already won the wrong title. He's already gained the #1 spot. That was a legit win, and that's over with. But as far as analyzing, can Zverev beat Nadal in the French Open? Now, here's where this question about would Zverev have beaten Nadal if there hadn't been a rain delay? He went up 2-0, and he was rolling. I'm not going to even say he was on fire. He was playing his normal high level. I mean, so I think he sort of just tapped into the low super level. That was like low super level. And I think, you know what I think? I think he would have beaten Nadal. I think Nadal sort of feels that way. Had the rain delay not happened, so now you may say, well, imagine, man, okay, the match is over. Why is that important now? Oh, it's important big time. Suppose Zverev gets up 2-0 again, and there is no rain delay. I think Nadal is going to be in trouble in the French Open. If they were in the 5th set, in the same situation, and Zverev felt the same way before the rain came, I believe he could beat Nadal in the French Open if he got in that situation, okay? Or if he was up, or if he was leading in the 4th set, set 2-1, and he was up 2-0. So it's up for him to make sure that he closed things out, and that's part of being great. And but what I was impressed with, like I said before, what I was impressed with Zverev, and this is the question. I do think Nadal fans should be wary, super wary. Zverev is a super threat to Nadal in the French Open, and forget the French Open, people. Imagine if this was grass or the hard court. He's gonna be a big threat to Nadal on the other surfaces. Believe me, if he can play this well against Nadal, and Nadal was playing at a high level too in that third set, imagine what a threat Zverev would be on the grass that's coming up here in a month and a half, and at the U.S. Open, in which Nadal has to defend. Okay, and let me see, is there anything else about the match that I want to say? But what a match, and I'm gonna, if anything comes up, I'm gonna use this match when I be doing previews on Zverev versus Nadal in the French Open. Can Zverev beat Nadal? I'm gonna be studying this match, man. There was a lot of good things in this match. Yeah, there is one other thing I saw Zverev doing that was very successful. Definitely the second set, but he was even doing it the first set, but he just lost. I mean, I know he lost the first set. He was taking the net. People think you can't take the net on clay. Yes, you can. Man, he was aggressive, taking the net, big ground strokes, and following that stuff up, man. And it was working against Nadal. And he even did it the third set. I just think the momentum, I just think he never got his momentum back. And that can happen. But also, he also needs to take a lesson from also Sampras and Federer. They are geniuses at rain delays, because in the Wimbledon, forget the French Open, you may have 5 or 6 rain delays in one match. I remember when Sampras broke the record for 13 and got 13 majors, they had about 2 or 3 or 4 rain delays, and one rain delay was like 3 hours, but Sampras came through and won his 13 majors. He was the first player to get the 13. I know he won 14 later in the U.S. Open. But yeah, but Zverev, whether it's an unconscious thing, you lose your momentum after the rain delay, he got to some way learn how to control that and come back. And like one Nadal fan, I agree with, I think it was Tennis Rules that said this. He said, man, that's part of the game, man. You got to come back and step up. And like I said, Zverev was up 3-1, so the rain delay was over. Only thing he had to do was hold serve, and he would have won the match, but he lost his serve. Okay, people, tennis preacher, tennis prophet, tennis psychic, signing off.